Welcome to Life Transformation Radio. This show is all about life transformations and our journey from where we were to why we are doing what we are doing today. We will discuss the hiccups, the roller coasters, and the blood, sweat, and tears that has been poured out while discovering our purpose. It is all about our transformations. Here is your host, Sean Douglas.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to another episode of Life Transformation Radio. I'm your host, Master Resilience Implementer, Tech Speaker, Business Positioning Strategist, International Best-selling author, Sean Douglas. The show is currently heard in over 74 countries. So whether it's your first time joining us or you've listened to us for some time, I want to thank you to those who are listening from around the world. Life Transformation Radio is all about our transformation. Here, we tell the stories of why we're doing what we're doing. We highlight that transformational moment that changed our lives, how we use it to then transform others and elevate their lives as well. You can listen to us live right here, the Blog Talk Radio Network, Tuesday through Friday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Join our Facebook group, Life Transformation Radio Community, and never miss an episode by subscribing wherever it is that you listen to podcasts. Life Transformation Radio can be heard on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spreaker, Spotify, TuneIn, Player FM, Radio Public, Overcast, CastBox, the Himalaya app, Google Music app, and now, as of this week, available on Pandora. So wherever it is that you subscribe to podcasts, be sure to subscribe to Life Transformation Radio. On the show, guests are entrepreneurs, speakers, business owners, coaches, podcasters, authors, basically amazing human beings that are impacting the world around them. And my guest today does exactly that. If you have any questions for the guests that I bring to the show during our live broadcast, call us up, 657-383-1109. The number is 657-383-1109. And with that, please help me welcome to the show my guest for today, Janet E. Johnson. Janet, welcome to Life Transformation Radio.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
I am pumped to have you on the show. You're doing amazing work in the world with businesses and entrepreneurs and social media. And it's one of those taboo topics. Like, nobody really kind of has it together, but then they kind of figure out, like, well, I'm just going to wing it in the Facebook ad space. And they find out that's not good. And then they try to look like they got it all together. And then it's like all over the place. I've met like you and a couple of others that really have honed in this particular skill of how to use social media, the way to get clients, get leads, generate revenue. So this is going to be a very inspiring show for some people that just cannot figure out what is Facebook, Instagram, the social media. How do I get clients from it? So I'm super pumped.
Good point. Yeah, I run into that a lot where it's overwhelming, and the amount of changes that happen with it is hard for people to keep up with too.
Oh yeah, and what I like is seeing people lose it when they're like, "Oh, there's another platform now I need to be on." Like there's like TikTok is good right now. So
totally.
So my show is on TikTok. Take audiogram from, so I'm in Headliner, and I take that 3-minute clip from my original audio, and I because you put a minute on there, so I put it on my phone from the computer, I put it on my phone, and then from my phone I upload it to TikTok. I take a minute of the best of those 3 minutes, and then that's how I'm marketing my show on TikTok.
Very interesting. I've just been playing with TikTok. I haven't been on there a while. You will mainly see me goofing around or my cats.
Yep. Yep. I don't understand that people have they have like 3 videos on there, but like 50,000 followers. I'm like, how? Like, how is this possible?
I know how they do it. You can post a bunch of videos, but you can delete the videos just as easily. So what they do, and I do this actually. I mean, I'm kind of learning the whole TikTok world myself. So that's interesting
me too.
you bring this up. But it's bottom line is you know, if I don't get a couple hundred views at least, I delete that video. I remove it. So what they are probably doing is keeping their best of their best videos up.
Huh.
But they posted more than that.
It's so crazy. Someone's like, oh, I just started TikTok yesterday. I have 10,000 followers. I'm like, what the hell? I've been on there like a week. What the hell? So I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird. If it grabs hold for some reason, there's certain people. Then, exactly. So it's one of those things where.
What I like is that you can actually share the TikTok video back to Facebook and to your Instagram stories because I linked the two together. I like that option.
I do, but I'm really trying to. I do too, and I think some things I will be doing that with, and some I just won't. I'm really trying to differentiate that platform from my other ones. So it's just a little different for me.
And sexual content, you know, like I mean, the average age 16 to 22 on TikTok, I think they said is like 16 to 22. There's a lot of 12-year-olds, there's a lot of 14-year-olds, but it's still 16, 17, and 18-year-olds that are really holding down. So really making content that speaks to the 16, 17, and 18-year-old, I think, is really, really starting to take hold. And there's a lot of challenges on there. They love challenges.
Yeah, it's super fun. Yeah, my boys I have a 15 and 20, almost 21-year-old. So they're both kind of think I'm nuts being on TikTok. They're like, Mom, what if my friends saw this?
That's funny. Yeah, I have a 16-year-old. I have a 16-year-old son, and I got to upload to my TikTok. And he's like, Dad, do you know how weird it is for you to say that? I got to upload to my TikTok. Like, that's a kid thing, Dad. I'm like, good. And just put out a bunch of bullying content on my TikTok for the students in case they come across it. I'm talking about bullying. I'm talking about things that they are dealing with, you know? So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But
we'll see what happens. You never know.
The way I look at it, it's free. And it's another platform that I can just upload a minute of a video, and you never know. Because everybody wants that one viral content. Oh, I got to make a viral video. I have to make a viral video. Right. But you have to make a lot of videos in order to find that one that goes viral.
You are exactly right.
That's my mindset.
And it's all about viral there, but it's also just it's so. I know Gary Vaynerchuk, and if people don't know who he is, he's just one of those people that predicts these social media platforms way ahead of time, and he's been talking about it. But the bottom line is, it's just it's very open for our type of businesses at this point. And
there's no algorithm.
No, and remember, Instagram at one point was those teenagers only, and moms and dads were not there. And then what happened? We all are there now. So, I mean, it's something that if we build it now, we could use this as a major platform, and then things will change. We'll be able to use it for marketing our business more than just playing with it in the future.
I use it like mini YouTube.
Got it.
That's it. All I'm doing is I chop up my speeches, I put it on there. I chop up my Facebook Lives, I put it on there. Right. So, I mean, you can only use a minute, and usually most of the music is about 30 seconds long. So when I was at the Spartan race in Lake Tahoe, I had some really good shots with my gimbal, and, you know, I was going over some obstacles, and I was looking at some panels, they're just panels, whatever, but they had like inspirational quotes on them, and I was kind of like panning over those, and but I had like epic, and I just searched epic music, and then once I shot the footage on my phone, I went to TikTok and uploaded that footage, got a minute of it, and put in about a 30-second epic music song to it, and boom, done. So I mean, it really took me 5 minutes to do it. I'm like, this is really cool, but some of these kids get real creative on that TikTok.
They do.
I could never do that.
Some people will spend. I've heard of people going, I spent 10 hours creating this one little tiny short video for you. I mean, crazy stuff like that. I'm like, no, that will never happen in my world. But
no, I got time for that. Yeah, I got time for that.
No.
So the title of the show is Business Growth Time with podcast host Janet E. Johnson. She has more than 20 years experience and millions of dollars earned for clients and her own business using online marketing strategies. Her career started on the internet selling on eBay in 1998. She runs a social media agency and training company. She specializes in Facebook and Instagram marketing and social media content. She is also the host of a popular marketing podcast, Business Growth Time. In her career, Janet has worked with large brands as well as local businesses and entrepreneurs. She has been featured on National Institute of Social Media, Social Media Today, Social Media Pros, Social Media Strategy Summit, World Youth Forum, Entrepreneur, and a number of other top internet marketing publications. Her links are right there in the show notes. Go to janetejohnson.com, businessgrowthtime.com, and wherever you're listening to the podcast, you can just pause right now, search on Apple or Google or wherever you're listening to the podcast, stop, pause the recording, and then search for Business Growth Time, find it, subscribe, and then come back, listen to the rest of the show. Her Facebook and LinkedIn are right there in the show. You can click on those, send her a message, and let her know that you heard her here on Life Transformation Radio. Janet, the first question I have to ask you, I believe is the best question you can ever ask yourself every morning, is why? Janet, why do you do what you do?
Well, I have tried corporate America, and it just wasn't my thing. So that's part of why I do what I do. But my biggest why of why I go after this, it was really for my kids, to be able to spend more time with my kids, raise them, and be there. Because when I was doing the corporate America, I really felt like I was missing out on their lives. So that is my biggest why of why I do my own business. And I do it out of my home so that I don't want to leave the home and have an office that I need to go to. That was my main reason why.
Amazing. That's an amazing why. You know, some people think that, you know, some people aren't employable. They don't want to live in an office all day. They want to have that freedom. Like, I think that if you can make a living, so I've ranted about this all the time whenever I have like amazing entrepreneurs on the show. Like, why is it that the standard is millions of dollars? If you can make a living making $250,000, $300,000, if you can make that in your business and you're happy and your family's taken care of and you guys have health insurance and you're not living on the street, but you're not like millions of dollars in debt because you think you're an awesome entrepreneur and you're driving around in Rolls Royces, but you don't make Rolls Royce money, like, literally, like, why do anything else? You know what I mean? Like, if I'm making $300,000 a year and I'm a stay-at-home entrepreneur, or maybe I have an office somewhere, you know, do it. Like, there's nothing that you're not successful because you didn't make $1 million. And I think, I don't know. I just feel like someone has set that standard.
Yeah, it is. Well, and there are like in my world, in the internet marketing field, yes, there are the $1 million, multi-million-dollar earners. I mean, there just is.
Sure.
But the bottom line for me, like I know agencies that are big. I've run an agency for many years, and I did not want to give in to the office atmosphere and hiring people and bringing people in. Now, I do have people that work for me, but it's all across they're all virtual. So I don't have anybody and that, you know, has to be in any office or anything like that, because, you know, and someday I'm going to live where there's palm trees. I'm in Minnesota now, which is obviously different.
I was there back in July. It wasn't too bad of weather, but it gets really cold in the winter.
Yes, it does, and it's starting to happen already. 27 degrees when I woke up this morning, so I know what I'm in for. But you know what? I can hibernate in the wintertime. That's what we do. I work in with my furry socks, with my space heater next to my vitamin D lamp. So I got it all. Right.
You know, I don't want to say I don't play well with others, but like, I just don't get caught up in like workplace culture. I don't get caught up in office politics. I'm not in it like, oh, well, we can't let Janet succeed because we take our job. Like, I hate that. Like, you should celebrate people's success no matter what success comes anybody's way. But that's not the case. Spending 18 years in the military and everybody trying to get promoted, I'm like, you do realize that once you reach a certain period in your military career, you're going to retire. Like, you can't do 50 years in the military. You do 20 or 30 and you're done. Like, there is a stop date, but still the office politics are played. Still people try to step on other people's necks to get, promoted. And it's the same way in the civilian world. There's people playing office politics, trying to hold others back so that makes them succeed. I just can't do it. Like, I
it
don't
happens
want
everywhere.
to.
Yeah, it does happen everywhere. But yeah, obviously the corporate America thing is where, it's really about that. And that's, that was something I had a very difficult time with. I just, people don't really intimidate me. I just think everybody's a person, everybody's a human being. So I just talk to people the same, whether they're, making multi-millions of dollars as the president of the company, or if they're the person next door. I've always just felt that, they're a human being too.
Yeah, for sure. So about your show, Business Growth Time, I only listen to a handful of marketing period, not even social media, just marketing. And the shows I listen to are Joe Polish, I Love Marketing, Christopher Lochhead, Follow Different, and his other show, Lochhead on Marketing, yours. That's it. I don't listen to any other marketing shows. Those 4 shows are by far the best marketing shows that I've heard so far.
And see, I don't listen to any of those. That's interesting. And I listen to a lot of podcasts myself, but I focus in on what I do. So, like, for instance, Rick Mulready has a great show all about, it was strictly Facebook ads and advertising like that, but it's expanded a little more into online marketing. But bottom line is I listen to a lot of ones that, will grow my business so I can continue learning and helping my clients better. So that's my main thing with the marketing podcast. Ours is a little different. We talk business networking because my partner, Terry Bean, he has built one of the biggest business networks in the city of Detroit. And then
that's where I'm from.
Do the social. Yeah, there you go. So you probably heard of MCC.
Yeah.
And then I do this side of social media. So we kind of bring the best of both worlds in, and then sometimes I do some on my own where I just do quick tips to keep people updated with the social media side of things too. And those are only 3, 4, 5 minutes long, so it's very easy digestible for people.
Yeah. Oh, I love either. I don't listen to a lot of the market because I feel like you listen to too many podcasts, then you start getting misconstrued information. Like Dave Ramsey will talk about how debt is dumb, cash is king, but Grant Cardone is talking about getting all of the debt that you can and leveraging it to build your business.
You're exactly right. That's so funny. I've listened to both. Yes, exactly. So
can't do.
You have to be careful.
So.
And you really can't go wrong with social media marketing world. Michael Stelzner, you just, like that's your basic content. The thing that's a little different about me and everything that I do is I bring to the table what I do when I work with my clients. So even my online courses, everything I do, basically I'm using they're paying me for my services, and I go test all the new latest, greatest strategies. I see if it works, and then I bring it to either the podcast, my course, and then I reteach it that way. I come from elementary education. That's actually my college degree that I have, so I do like reteaching things.
Oh, very cool. Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, way back when.
So, so the whole show is about our transformative moments, the moments that really have transformed our life. And so I ask you, what is a transformational moment that has changed your life and put you on the path of what you're doing today?
Well, this goes to before I even started this business. Now, you mentioned, my bio says I started eBay in 1998. Well, how did I end up even there? And I graduated from college in 94 with an elementary education degree. Once I graduated, I could not find a job. So I was substitute teaching, and I went I had an aerobics certification with teaching aerobics, and I really kind of started moving my world. I thought I want to do more with fitness because I could not find an elementary job.
Mm-hmm.
It was just tough at that time. So I went and answered an ad. This is 1994. So hello, I answered an ad in the newspaper. The newspaper. Remember that? When we used to look at the newspaper. But so yeah, I'm kind of aging myself here, but.
No, but isn't that like? I mean, it's not even that long. If you really think about it in our terms, I mean, I'm 30. That's not, to me, not that long ago.
But look how the world's changed. I know.
But look how
Isn't that
the world
crazy?
has changed in 25 years. That's crazy.
It is. It is crazy. So the ad I answered in the paper was a company that I had never heard of before, and it basically that's what transformed me. It was network marketing, but I did that company for 5 years. I had no idea what network marketing was when I started that. But the trainer of the company, his name was Bill Gould, and I still give all my back, like everything that where I am today never would have happened if it weren't for Bill Gould and running. I mean, yeah, network marketing, I don't do it anymore, but I'm just saying I'm not against it, for it, whatever. It's just not for me at this point. But bottom line is it just changed my whole mentality. I always, since first grade, thought I was going to be a teacher. I thought I was going to work for somebody. I thought I was going to have my summers off. I thought, like that was I didn't even know such a thing as, whereas a lot of people are entrepreneurial already. I was not entrepreneurial whatsoever until I met Bill Gould. So he just kind of retrained my brain to think that way. And ever since then, I've really been an entrepreneur.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, network marketing, I think, is kind of taking on a toll. I don't know, like a moniker, whatever you want to call it. Same with MLM, same with, because the spam
pretty much the same thing,
people,
yeah.
They kind of just, I don't know, like, it's a model, and it's not like the model doesn't work. It's just that the spammy, salesy, sleazy people get into it and ruin it for everybody.
Thank you. That's exactly it. It's always some rep that comes in and ruins it for everybody else. And it happens every single company out there, and it's just put a bad name on it. I'm not, like I said, I have lots of friends that do it. I just always tell them I just don't want to. I'm building my own business. So, yeah.
And there's some that
my life.
There's some that people are in and they love, and they're like, no, it's not. I'm like, definitely an MLM. No, it's definitely network marketing. No, it definitely is. Like if you're a unique provider, like unique makeup, MLM, straight out of Utah, which is where most of them come from. If you are a Mary Kay consultant, MLM. If you don't remember LuLaRoe, it was like a huge, like LuLaRoe, they're dead now. Like they are, because they didn't take care of people. And this is what happens. You have a company who doesn't care about its distributors because they promote the fact that, well, you can build your own business. Yeah, by peddling your product, which you don't even care about us. I mean, I knew a lot of people that really did really well in LuLaRoe until their distributors started rebelling against them, and they started going downhill, and they were revoking people. I mean, it was ugly for a while.
I went through that experience in Equinox when I did it for 5 years.
Yep,
and they had a split off of the company, and I stayed with the Bill Gould side, but there was a whole other company started, and battles happened. It was crazy, and we got our offices pulled out from under us because we used to work in offices, and I would meet people in coffee shops and just still try to make it work. And you live and you learn and you move on. But the business model, I will say, one of the things I did learn from him, if I were to ever do a network marketing company, you never want to do something that is just jewelry, clothing. That's a one-time purchase. It's not a consumable product. You need to be part of something that is consumable. That's a big thing I've learned with network marketing. I use a lot of products. I just don't participate at this point. So.
I started in Amway and Quickstar when I was 18, and I did that for a while until They started getting sued. Like back in like 2000, 2001, I was like in it, and then they got sued. It was all ugly. And then 2007, yeah, it was like 2007, 2008-ish. So it's if you notice, all of the MLMs and network marketing, usually when a new company comes out, is all the same people. It's usually the same 5 people, same 6 people, whatever, and the same things happen. And so what happened with me was there was a company called Monavie, and Monavie was selling juice. It was the acai berry and like all this other stuff. But what happened was Dallin Larson, who created like 3 or 4 other companies, who literally this year come out with a new one. I'm like, oh God. So Dallin Larson, Orrin Woodward, same 5 people creating these companies. They bring all their distributors with them. Those guys get rich, and all the distributors that are last don't. And this is the way they run it.
Exactly.
So everybody started getting sued. There was no scientific research on this. Everybody was like trying to make all this money, giving away the cars, like all this stuff, right? So it came down to end up getting sued, and they got shut down because they had defaulted on a loan, and it was like, I mean, people were just slitting each other's throats on this thing, like trying to offload all their product. They were trying to like, downsize and sell everything, and it was just, man, it was like a madhouse when they started, and I never got it. I had a guy that was doing it, and I just bought the energy drinks off of him. I just bought the product. I never really like sold it. And he was telling me, he's like, man, it's getting ugly now. Like, we're gonna have to get out. We're gonna have to sell everything. We're gonna have to get out. And people quit their jobs over it. Like, it was.
I know.
Those companies are just ugly.
It was dog eat dog. I think it was actually worse. We talked about the corporate America network marketing sometimes can be just way worse.
Brutal.
I mean, it is. So yeah, I'm at peace with not being part. And I always say, I've never say no to anything. Like, I'd never just be closed-minded to ever doing it again, but it has absolutely got to be the right product for me that I would be passionate about.
Oh, for sure.
There's been nothing there, so I haven't. Yeah.
So I've got some friends right now.
Approached.
Right. Right. I've got a friend that does Cutco, and they're an amazing company.
Mm-hmm.
They're an amazing company, Cutlery, and they've been around for decades, and everybody's happy. I've never seen a report. I've never seen a person. I've never anyone said anything bad about them. They love what they do. They're a Cutco consultant or a distributor. They go to these, Sam's Club, or they go to parties, and like, oh, a guy is going away, buy some Cutco cutlery. And a lot of these sales guys, they get their start in these types of companies, and then they do really well, and then they go and start their own. So, that's a great one I've heard of, Cutco. There's a couple others, but I really think it depends on Mary Kay's awesome. Unique is awesome.
Yep, they've all lasted a very, very long time, and so we're not saying,
Avon was a big one.
Yep.
My grandmother did Avon.
Quite a few that's made it. Avon. Oh yeah, I mean, it's like, and I still consider buying the I know the products are great, and all those companies, I have no doubt about it. So there's more power to it, and the people that have made it through the hurdles. I mean, it's like any entrepreneur, there's challenges with it. So it's the ups and downs.
For sure. So let's talk about how you elevate the world around you. So you navigated that space. You did really well. You opened up a social media marketing agency. You're doing really well with that. You're the social media expert. Seen your work. It's absolutely fantastic. You got podcasting. How is Janet elevating the world around her?
Well, the main thing that I do, I've been speaking a whole lot, and my main topic has been Facebook and Instagram. So Facebook and Instagram, the organic side of it, and the advertising thing. So I bring that to lots of people. I mean, I could say thousands upon thousands the last few months has just been teaching, using my elementary education background, I guess, to teach and train. And then on the other side of it, I have been working with my agency with a lot of clients too, and then I train people. So all of that is helping others grow their business. The bottom line is people will not stay in business if they do not embrace these strategies. Look at Toys R Us. Look at these companies that have not embraced the latest, greatest strategies. And the bottom line is right now it is Facebook and Instagram. And the ads, there is nothing out there like it for advertising at the moment. I'm not saying forever, but at the moment there is just, and if you don't know what you're doing, you're throwing away money or you're not spending it all because you're scared of it. So that's what I do is I really teach and train people, how to use it themselves, or they can hire me and I will do it for them.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that done for you is really attractive to people. They really like that done for you service because it's another platform. They need to figure it out. But then I will say that lately there has been a ton, and you're gonna love this or hate it, but there's a ton of people that are like, I just started my social media marketing agency. And like, oh, here we go. And I'm in a Facebook group, and in this Facebook group, there's 3,000 people. It is so hilarious to see the posts. Hey, just started my social media marketing group or my social media marketing agency for real estate. Never done this before. What do you guys think I should do? I'm like, oh my God.
I know.
Like, how is this a thing?
I know. It kind of kills me. I mean, kudos to everybody that have started a company, but it's just so many moms and, the people that are just, let's do social media for a living, And so being that I've done, my agency has been around since 2007. So, I mean,
wow.
I have done this much longer than the norm. And I've just seen it change. Well, that was back in the convincing days. You know what I mean? Like, people would go, businesses would go, really? You got to be kidding me. Facebook isn't going to be around much longer. Social media is stupid. You know what I mean? It was way back when, and it's changed so much since then. So I hear what you're saying totally, and I see it, and good for people. And then the worst thing to me is when people say, oh, I don't need to hire you. I have a teenage daughter that can handle it.
That's a new one. Haven't heard that one yet. That's a new one.
I hear it all the time. I got this young kid. Oh, they know all that stuff. They're on Instagram all the time, so they'll just do it for me like nothing.
That's hilarious. I laugh though because literally in this social media marketing group, there's people that are like, hey, just got a client for chiropractors. What do you think I should do for them? Like, don't you think you should absolutely have a plan already in place before they sign on so that, like, you already know, like I feel like, and I've never owned a marketing agency, but I feel like there should be some results that they could go on. Like, you know what I absolutely love are the ones that come on LinkedIn and they go, hi, I'm a podcast promoter. I will work for you. I'm like, no, you won't.
Yes, I've gotten a lot of those messages. Yes, I hear you.
I'm like,
well, and that's the thing. It's weird. They don't know what they're, and that is the biggest problem in the social media world is people get on there, they don't have a clue what they're doing, and then they say it doesn't work.
Yeah. 100%. Yep. But they don't know either why it didn't work or what didn't work about it because they didn't track their goal. Like, okay, I'm going to take out an ad. I want to get $10,000 from this ad. That's my goal. And they got like maybe 5,000 and they're like, oh, social media sucks. I don't want to do it anymore. Oh no. Right. So it's like that. So
I've seen people
it's
boost
ridiculous.
spend $15. Oh yeah. I boosted a post once upon a time and it didn't work for me. So Facebook doesn't work. What? One boost, and when I sign on people, I sign them. I tell people that work with me, it is a 3-month minimum, and you might not see results your first month.
Oh, 100%.
You might put money out there, And I set the expectations properly, because the bottom line is we have to put things out there. We know what we're doing, obviously. So I give the worst case, I want to give the worst case.
Sure.
That is the worst case. But the bottom line is, once we test and scale and change things and test and look at the data, you've got to learn from the data. And once you learn from the data, you will figure it out. And there is not a client have ever worked with is, if given the proper amount of time and budget, we make it work. It will work. It just, you've got to have, a budget and not be too scared to pull the money out, just stop paying money for it too soon.
One person I've learned social media from, I've got a couple friends. Sherry Lee Wojcik is absolutely phenomenal. I've learned some things from you just by following your content and getting connected with you. And another person is Dennis Yu. What he promotes is the $1 a day for 7 day Facebook ad, which I think somebody just told me that they stopped. You can't even do $1 anymore. It has to be like $3 or something like that.
Yeah, he's had that around for a long time. Yeah, he came from Minnesota, so I've known him quite a while. But I do follow him too, and I think his content is great. That $1 a day, he's kind of talking a little. I mean, to be honest, that side of things is more the brand awareness side, just getting yourself out there. And the conversion pieces, it's not going to be even $5.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we're talking a lot of
But his material is fantastic. I mean, I love Dennis, and he's great. And I think I think you can maybe do about $3 a day now. Is more what it would be. Mm-hmm.
And what took place after because somebody had turned me on to him, and I'm like, well, I mean, I'm already listening to Christopher Lochhead, I'm already listening to Joe Polish, I've already got these other people that I for social media. I'm like, well, they're really another guy, because I really don't want that Dave Ramsey versus Grant Cardone mentality. Like, he says one thing, the opposite is this one thing, but you have the same result. So really, that's what gets people confused. So I said, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try this strategy out, and I'm not going to have any expectations at all. And so I took my audiogram from Headliner, and I created a Facebook ad video about it. I didn't boost it, but I just did like an ad. And I said my daily budget is like $1, 7 days, boom, done. And then my audience, I wanted it all the way to the left as much as I could. That little like needle that's like raw to
you want a very, very small audience.
I want it very, very. I want it as small in the green as I can get it, because if it's all the way to the left, it won't take it out because it says it's too narrow. But then the other way to the right says it's too broad. So there's like this needle, in the circle. Anyway, so I got it all the way to the left as much as I could get it. It was like maybe like 300 or 400 or 500,000 people or something like that. I'm like, geez, you can't get any smaller than that, So what happened was I targeted podcast. That was it. And I targeted speaking. And that was it. That's the only two things I targeted. What happened was 2,426 people clicked on the link for Life Transformation Radio and Blog Talk Radio to Apple and to go, take the next steps or whatever it was in the ad, take the next step. And there was a bunch of reactions, a bunch of comments. I'm like, oh, cool. And then I look on Chartable, which is what I use to track kind of what charts I'm on. And I actually hit number 42 on the charts. And I was like, oh, well, look at that.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, all right.
Exactly.
I was like, that's cool. So I don't know if they subscribed. I don't know, like, if they just downloaded it. Like, numbers went up. And I'm like, huh, okay. So then I just kind of started doing that. Do the same thing on TikTok. So it's kind of been my strategy for a little bit. I mean, the most that I've spent on a Facebook ad is like $500 a day for 3 days. I didn't mind the $1,500. Really nothing happened. Like, I can't say like, oh my God, I made 10 grand. Nothing really ever took place. And I was like, well, that sucks. So you're right. It's always about targeting. It's always about refining, and you just got to keep playing with it.
Yes. Yeah, you do. You do. And, like right now, one of my clients is a 92-year-old gentleman that he creates paintings. He does paintings. He happened to have awesome. 120,000 people on his Facebook page. So he's pretty well known. When I took him on, I'm like, wow, you're quite well known. But now he moved his business. He just wants to paint these energy paintings, and they run from $700 something to $1,200. But
Wow.
he feels like there probably will be a value to them down the road. He's not going to live. He even said it. He goes, "Well, I'm going to die pretty soon, and then there will be more of a value to it." So, but
He's not
one
wrong.
of our things, yeah, he is very quite well known. So, bottom line is, we convert to a sale is our goal, and we've made him thousands of dollars and sold a lot of paintings. We really do target.
Awesome.
We build his audience, that we focus on the audience he has, because they know him already, because that's who's much more likely to put that kind of money into a painting than somebody that's a complete stranger. So that's, there's conversion strategies too, and he's a fun one to, totally different type of product.
I just want to, for mentality's sake, I guess, mental health's sake, like, if you don't know what you're doing, just find somebody that does. Like, just literally pay somebody the doggone money. Let them do it for you. Like, don't just discount the fact, it doesn't work and all these people are scam. Like, no, I'm going to tell you it works. And I've actually had some ads go viral and made thousands of dollars. Like it works. But it was like my fifth or sixth ad of that version with a little bit of a different video it's just like that content didn't do as well. Let me see. And so how I test now is I set up my content, and if a lot of people like it, if a lot of people share it, if a lot of people comment on it, that's my ad.
You got it. See, that's a great strategy right there. Yeah, you're exactly right, because you've learned that, it's engaging, and then you push it out further. And that's kind of how I do a lot. I work with a high-end jewelry client on Instagram, and that's how we do all their Instagram. We push it further if it's we let it roll for 24, 48, 72 hours, see how it does organically, and then the best ones we push further. So that's
100%.
Just another strategy. Yep, I agree.
Love it. So if anybody wants to work with you, where do they go? Where do they try to find out more about you? What's the best way to get in touch with you? Set up a call.
It's easiest, just go janetjohnson.com. If you go to my my contact page, actually, the contact, you can fill in the form, set up a call with me. It's that easy. I do have multiple levels that I work. I have an ad set up for you where it's a 3-month program. We kind of talked about that. And then I do have Ads ROI Academy, where it's a 6-week, and then I have a VIP level that's 10 weeks, and we go through everything. So people know everything from setting up Business Manager and Ads Manager all the way to what kind of content they need, the different audiences, how to read the stats. We go through it all in Ads ROI Academy. That one only happens, though, every few months, because I do it live. Okay. So that one will be launched again in January, and right now I'm in the course from October, so I'm going through with the students I have now. So
got it.
I have a few different things,
Yeah, definitely. I don't mind doing my own social media, but I don't know. There'll come a time where I'm like, hey, just take care of this for me. As far as ads.
Yeah.
But I mean, I post my own content because I want to post my own content, but a couple times. So awesome. So what I want to do is I want to give you the opportunity. Give us one takeaway in the last 90 seconds that we have. Give us one takeaway that if they listen to nothing else, listen to this.
Ooh, okay, so something that they can take action on in the next
anything
24, 48 hours. I would say for Facebook and Instagram, I want you to go audit your page and your Instagram. Are you showing the light the way you should? Do you have the proper things in place? This is something that I actually am going to be creating event within the next week. You will see on janetjohnson.com how to do all this, but I want you to just make sure that you revisit it, because you might have set up your Facebook page a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years ago, and maybe you haven't even been to it again for a while. I mean, are tabs working? Is it the graphic you want at the top? I mean, look at everything and just make sure it's cleaned up and representing you the best.
Love it. Love it. Thank you so much for your time. You're absolutely phenomenal. Honored to have you on the show.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely. Life Transformation Radio guest, an amazing person impacting the world around them. All the listeners right now, if you want to book Janet to speak at an event about social media marketing, go to www.janetejohnson.com. Go to Business Growth Time. Check out her podcast. And what I want you to do is subscribe to her podcast. Send her a message on Facebook. Send her a message on LinkedIn. Let her know that you heard her here on Life Transformation Radio. And with that, I close the show by saying live your brand. Find opportunities every day to live out the core values that you hold deep in your heart. And I call this living your brand. So until next episode, live a great life.